Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is a deep analysis plus the indicator analysis, and that because of course I merged them this weekend because the deep analysis is still the same as the last one given in the last weekend, because this week, as you can see on the daily chart here, was just a sideways arranging and giving us of course the same prices most of the time, and we are still of course at the same deep analysis as for the last week. So what I'm gonna do is just to remind you with the deep analysis fast to recap it of course, and we're gonna see the indicators, how it's working right now, and how and which scenario can be much more supported. So starting here on the daily chart, of course, as you can see, we have topped for our wave 3 for this cycle here, and we have an A, B, C finished with a wave 4. After this wave 4, we have the scenario of a triple 1 2s, 1 2 1 2 1 2. In the white scenario, 3 4 5 finished, and currently we are in the orange scenario where we have finished as well a wave 3, of course, as a 1 2 3. You're looking now at 4 as ABC, of course, where your ABC as expanding flat might not finish yet, where we have an A, B, 3 waves up, and then wave C towards the downside. It might be an ending diagonal. In that case scenario, also, having 5 waves toward the downside, same as for an impulse. Now, preferably to be an ending diagonal, as we explained before, because an impulse as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, this is not a correction anymore. This is gonna be very impulsive, and it's gonna turn kind of to an bearish scenario. So in this case, it is preferably that we hit only the 0.38 fib level, or in between maximum to the 0.5 fib level, because between those targets we have the targets of an expanding flat wave C in confluence. So preferably of course that we retrace somewhere in this box here and then start to move towards the upside in case we are still in a bull run. Now, in case that we have finished our bull run and we are looking to a bearish market, that it might have started after topping for a wave 5 here, it is very possible to happen actually, and that after of course topping this time in the wave 3, the same as the scenario before, at the same place we have topped this wave 3. Now your wave 4 has changed of course in this context, and we didn't finish an ABC just here as a wave 4, but your wave 4 has finished here as WXY. And by all means, you have a zigzag for your W and another zigzag for your X, and A, B, C, D, E as a triangle finish for your wave Y, which is a perfect WXY complex structure for a wave 4. And after this, you are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, a leading contracting diagonal for an impulse as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now finishing this wave 5 here, of course, if it means finishing of course the whole cycle as 1 2 3 4 5, and now you are looking for lower prices and probably impulsively in that case, because you would like of course to be impulsive once you finish a bull run, right? So if you would like to see a bearish market right now, it is preferably of course to be much more into a bearish market as an impulse. So to add some information here is, if we follow the CME gap, as you can see, and if we are in a bearish market, it is preferably of course that we move 3 4 5 in order to close this CME gap created already since the start of this bull market in a wave 3, which is very normal to happen this during the week and when a bull market started to move very fast and very volatile towards the upside. And this was during the elections, the US elections of course, of Donald Trump, where it was a supporter for Bitcoin, and this of course has gave us this crazy price action towards the upside, and it was a weekend, so it has created this gap. And yes, we are looking still to close this gap as we did before for any other gaps before, and we even have a gap here in the middle, but not on the daily. You can see it I think on the 4-hour chart, for example, here. Yes, As you can see, this gap here is not yet closed since the start of this impulse, so probably it can be closed sooner or later. However, now we have to take care of this one first, and it should be closed. Such a gap, normally it has to be closed. Now this one is small a little bit, but this one, it has to be closed sooner or later. However, it doesn't mean that it can just go right now to close it. It can even finish this bull run with one more wave and then moving towards the downside to close this gap. So I would say, like, just keep it as a reminder, of course, that this might be your the reason or additional reason for your bearish market. So coming back to Bitcoin here on the 1 hour chart, if we take a look on the 1 hour chart, we can see that today we have started to see some drop towards the downside as spoken yesterday, or as predicted yesterday, because we said, of course, that we have some CVDs on the KGT as well, showing bearish CVDs, and this is exactly what happened. So it's a good signal that we are in this, and I said, of course, that the possibility of bearish is higher than the bullish, even knowing that there was some bullish CVDs here. But still, I think that we need to finish this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Probably even your wave 4 has finished here. No, not yet. It cannot be. Just let me check if we have zigzag here for 1. ABC for 2, and no, still not finished. Of course, we still need a wave 3 towards the downside. So this wave 3 might be here, and then your wave 4 might unfold later on. So yeah, basically we are still in this scenario and still looking for lower prices. As we said, the targets are between the 89,900, let's say 90,000, and the 87,000. As we said, lower than this, it will open a bearish scenario, as you can see here, where we have, of course, a technical support still here in this area. Breaking this, it will open, of course, a bearish scenario, because as we said, and as we mentioned, this is gonna be very, very easy to take it down like a slice in the butter, of course, as we said. And don't forget that we have our CME gap exactly here. Yeah, so by having this CME gap, it will be filled very, very fast, and of course it's gonna kind of like reject after it, but still it can be a very, very bearish market after it, finishing, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for lower prices, of course, to be reanalyzed, of course, at that time. So that was it for the deep analysis again, and the reminder of the bullish and bearish scenario. Now, I would say also here on the daily regarding the time required for a wave 4, do not forget that in the orange scenario, we are still inside the time required for a wave 4 to be finished. And that based on, of course, on the time of your wave 2 here. We did not reach yet the double time for a wave 2, so that is very still normal to range in this area. Now, after the 2, it is possible to range a little bit, but it is preferably that we start to think to move towards the upside, of course. In case we don't see any strength or signal of strength, then therefore, of course, we have to think about a bearish scenario. So that was the deep analysis. Let's move to the indicators a little bit here and see what happens. If in case we have some signals. Let's start, for example, with the RSI. So for the RSI, let's start small here on the 1 hour chart. Let's see what's going on with, I'm gonna put this a little bit thicker. Here we go. So on the 1 hour chart, let's see the stop taken from here. Yeah, we see a lot of convergence with the price action, meaning bearish convergence. If we take this one here, let's see, and this one here, okay, this one is already kind of like converging, right, giving lower prices, as well with this one here, this top, and let's say this top here. You can see that we have also a convergence towards the downside, bringing more lower prices. And so almost RSI is shows almost bearish, very bearish. But yeah, don't forget that on the 1 hour chart we are also close to the oversold area, so we're gonna see how it's gonna react. However, let's move a little bit higher to see in case we get some bullish signals. There is nothing bullish yet. There is no divergence for bullish. Here I cannot see. I only see the the convergence from the top, to be honest. For bearish, the RSI show us very bearish, to be honest. Yeah, also very convergent. There is no divergence here, as you can see. If we take this low and this one, we see that there is no divergence. That is just like the same direction. So no bullish divergence yet. There is, yeah, there is a little bit the sellers or the bearish is dominating a little bit the situation here. On the 4 hour chart, let's see on the daily if we get something on the daily. Okay, let's see. So on the daily, yes, it's still very convergence as well. It's the same. It's the same as the 4 hour, and it's bearish. So that means we are in the right direction toward the downside, guys. So yeah, that is a very bearish signal for the RSI. So yeah, we're gonna see how much bearish. As we said, our target are 87, guys. If we break this toward the downside, this is a bearish scenario. So yeah, so for the RSI, it shows, of course, some weakness. Let's go to the KGT as well, the 5 minute chart. It's the same concept. As you can see, the bearish signals on the 5 minute chart from this top and this top are very convergent and bringing us to lower prices. And of course, there is no really strong divergence. As you can see, the price action here is very sideways, even with those signals. So yeah, very weak divergence or bullish signals. This is also very weak. It didn't took the high. If we bring a little bit here, you can see also the convergence between, of course, the bearish signals. And then now we got a bullish, but there is no convergence. This is higher than this one still. So yeah, this is not a bullish. It's not really bullish because we did not took the low yet here on the CVD. So yeah, that will not be really helpful, as you can see. So yeah, that is also domination of the bearish signal. If we see the accumulation of sellers, here we go. We got 3 bars already. With a weak signal of bullish, that means, of course, the bearish or the sellers are taking lead, as you can see, even for over this bullish signal. So yeah, definitely we are moving towards the downside still on KGT. So very interesting. Yeah, let's see the MACD. The MACD. Let's go, sorry, to indicator MACD. Let's see on the daily. Yeah, we are already in the bearish. The daily, even, yeah, we are diving very, yeah, very straightforward towards the downside with the trend lines. And of course, yeah, when you see such a volume of green volume like this, that is a very bad signal. Yeah, this is a very bad signal for the buyers, and that means, of course, we're moving for higher volumes. As you can see, yes, the volume of the sellers is increasing toward the downside. Yeah, the sellers here were lower, but now they are getting higher. Yeah, so that's not really good, guys. Um, yeah, and I think, of course, it might start to range somewhere here, but until that time, I think we're gonna get a bigger volume for sellers. So yeah, be careful with it. It doesn't look really nice for buyers, for the bulls. On the 4 hour chart, as you can see, it's not good. It's not good. Again, the same signal, the same here, the same here. You get very low volume of buyers. Even when it went here, it didn't went high. It went down, and now it is repeating, of course, the same signals with very low amount of volume. Already the trend under the zero, so I think it's gonna make another cycle a little bit here before it goes up. Be careful with it. Of course, I think something towards the downside might be a little bit tense this time. Even I don't know if it's gonna continue with our bearish or short-term bearish scenario is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, of course, we need to move down here on the 1-hour chart, so we need anyway, yeah, some volume to finish this wave 3. And then 4, 5, of course, still need to be ranging. But yeah, the MACD also shows very weakness. As you can see here, we have started already the red volume, and then the bearish cross has opened here on the 1-hour chart, so it might start to move towards the downside as well. On the MACD, it's telling us, yes, we are bearish as well, looking for lower prices. What else we have as indicator? Let's open the volume. Well, the volume is not, yeah, all what it can help us with the volume on the 4-hour chart is the highest amount of volume seen already in the tops, yeah, where we might have topped here. On the daily as well, it tells us exactly where is your wave 3 and where is your wave 5, guys. So it tells us that this was your wave 3, this candle here, starting from this candle, the green one, that's true, this is our wave 3. Then it tells us that this, yeah, this is part of your wave 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, the highest amount of volume, again, finishing a wave 5 is exactly here. Therefore, again, A, B, and a C still looking forward for, of course, an ending diagonal. However, preferably that we don't get an impulse here. An impulse, it will bring us yeah, to a bearish scenario, guys. So yeah, these are the indicators analysis. Oh, we forgot one more thing, which is Bollinger Bands, right? That would be nice to see. The Bollinger Bands, yeah, on the daily. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, yeah, as you can see, our lower part on the daily is at 91,600. Now, definitely when it goes down, it's gonna stretch it a little bit. Don't forget our target is 87,000. So if we went down and it stretched it a little bit, that's still fine until 87,000. And if this one was stretched like this and then of course start to move towards the upside again, that's totally fine. But yeah, so be careful with it. The Bollinger Bands shows us already, of course, your first, which is 1.38, if you remember, our first target, uncommon target between the 90,000 and the 87. So first we have the 90,000, which is exactly this. And then, of course, if we want to move down more to the 87, it might stretch it a little bit and then start to move towards the upside again. So yeah, that's it for the analysis for Bitcoin regarding the deep analysis and the indicators. I just made them together today because the deep analysis is almost the same of the last week, and I just want to recap it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.